Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Very good evening to all of you back there. My name is Faisal, Kassim, and welcome to Live Real Talk. And tonight we'll be talking about yet another topic that has been causing uproar on social media and of course our social circles in our respective areas back at home, especially in the Muslim community, because at some point we feel targeted. This is whole issue about the hustle abroad. That's what we are talking about tonight. And joining me tonight is our guest that we were to have last week. That's none other than Fauzia, who is a victim of human trafficking. Fauzia, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Thank you so much for making time for us this evening. And her counterpart and another panelist in the studio tonight is Botul Kassim, who is the manager at Alma agency. Botul, assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for joining us this evening as well.
My pleasure.
Of course, she is an agent among the people who are taking people for hustle abroad. And tonight we'll want to put this matter into objectivity. Of course, as I said earlier, it is something that has been spoken about in many circles before. But my team and I felt that justice was not done in discussing this topic, because most of the time we've been hearing one part of the story. We've not had the whole story 100% as it is, you know. I think it's important to also note that we extended invite to CAS, Chief Administrative Secretary of Ministry of Health, that is Mr. Patrick Ketulet. Yes, Mr. Patrick Ketulet. This was the message, as you can see. Sent a message to him, but no response. Tried calling, no response. We tried to invite so as to have a wholesome panel and trying to get as objective as possible. Without further ado, Fauzia, you are a victim of human trafficking, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Would you mind please narrating to us what exactly happened?
Okay. First, I had a friend that she promised there was this job. So, as my thought, I felt like it's a greener pasture thing, so I have to go. I was promised to work as a reception in Qatar, where I found myself in Saudi Arabia working as a domestic worker, which it wasn't an unusual thing for me, because what I had my expectation and what I found, they are two different things.
Okay.
So when I reached there, I was so confused first, because the people I met were speaking Arabic, which I never knew first. Coming from a slum in Kamkunji, going to an Arab country where you have never even speak this Arabic language, it was also a challenge to me.
Okay.
Then I asked him, the person who came to pick me at the airport, this is not what I was promised. Then he was so harsh on me. Then I was in a foreign language where I decided, okay, let me just follow, then see what's going to happen next. Because he was like, now you'll stay only, before 3 months, you can be returned home. So you just go see. Then when I reached at their place, I was told, like, you're going to do this. But before, he was so harsh to me, because he was telling me, like, you need to understand Arabic. This is what is being called in Arabic.
So who was being harsh to you? Your boss or?
No, son-in-law to my boss.
The son-in-law to your boss?
Yeah, he's the one.
That is after you've traveled abroad?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
after he picked me, he started telling me, he forced me to say things like, okay, you must know the cap, you must know water in Arabic, you must learn to speak this thing, because the people you're going to work for are too old. Say they can't speak English, they will just speak Arabic, so you need to understand this.
I just want to understand first, rather for the benefit of the audience, and of course Ms. Botul here, I'm sure she's asking a lot of questions. Like, so what exactly happened between your friend telling you that there is a job opportunity until you landing in Saudi Arabia? What exactly happened in between?
I didn't even go through an agent, like how so many girls are going now through agency. I never knew any agency that took me, because I wouldn't say it was an agency, because she was my friend that give me this connection and told me, like, this is the job you're going to do in Qatar. So I wasn't promised, like, you're going to do a domestic work in Saudi Arabia. So in my mindset, I was set, like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm as a receptionist in Qatar, not as a domestic worker in someone's house,
So she didn't tell you anything. She
No,
just told you
nothing.
that you're going to work as a
Yeah.
receptionist in Qatar.
Yeah, sure.
And then you showed up at the airport with your bags ready and you boarded the flight.
Yeah.
Who paid for the flight ticket?
My friend, the ticket, I wasn't given, my friend gave me the ticket the same day at the airport.
Same day at the airport?
Yeah.
Gave you the ticket?
Yeah, because
so you
I
didn't
was...
even know where you're going?
Yeah. I
You
was
knew
going to Qatar because I had a transit.
You knew you were going to Qatar?
Yeah, I knew I was going to Qatar. I even reached Qatar and I had another transit.
Okay.
So that's when I knew I'm boarding another flight to Saudi Arabia.
When you were in Qatar?
Yes.
So exactly when you were in Qatar and you knew that it was no longer Qatar, now you're going to Saudi Arabia, what else did you do at that point?
At that point, when I reached Qatar, they took my passport. I wasn't the one who holding the passport.
Who took your passport at that point?
At the airport. The security check, they asked me, can you have the passport? So they hold my passport. I never hold my passport back until I came back to Kenya. Until I was being deported to Kenya. That's why I went to migration and got my passport back.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you boarded the flight from Qatar to Saudi?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what happened? Go to Saudi, the son-in-law to your bosses say that, you know what, you must learn Arabic, and then what happened?
Then they took me to the house, a very big maisonette, very big, where I found only the mother-in-law and the dad-in-law, but the other children's, like on weekend, all of them comes in and spend the weekend over there, so it's like a whole family on weekends.
And what were your roles exactly in that house?
Chores, everything you have to do. But now I was being taken from that house to a different house to work. To work in different houses where these things were so tough because you have to wash, you have to clean, you have to iron, you have to make sure wherever there are babies, you just check on them. Like I think for them, they have this name that they say shagala, which for them means a slave. Because if you go there, they take you as a slave. No matter what, you are just a slave to them. Despite, I think for them, their mindset also, because they have never traveled, they feel like in Kenya, in Africa, we are so poor. So for them, it's where we feel like they're helping us.
How many hours work per day?
Sorry?
How many hours work per day? Like, could you mind just taking us through
18
the
hours,
toughest day?
18 hours. Yeah. Per day. I used to cry and thinking like if I'm in Kenya and I can work for those 18 hours a day, I'll be very much rich. But now you're there, you're working 18 hours, you can only sleep 3 hours or 4 hours, you're awake. And they don't care. Because like it's revolving, the shifts revolves. You just woke up today, clean the house, do the laundry, cook, make coffee for them, iron their clothes, cook maybe evening, then kids play, wash the dishes each and every minute. When they sleep, that's when, or maybe for them they sleep during the day, so they woke up at Maghrib, so that's when they start their day, of which you yourself, you woke up early in the morning. So because Fajr there, they pray around 4 in the morning. So you wake up Fajr, you're not supposed to go back to bed, you're supposed to do your chores. And then you'll come sleep later on, around 2 a.m. in the morning. That's when you're going to sleep, then you're supposed to wake at 5. Because they have to feel like enjoy everything they are doing to give you the chance to go and rest.
And you're all alone in that house?
Yeah.
Botul, this is something that is so common. Fauzia is not the first person narrating a story like that, yes. Of course, right? And it's something that is so common. It's a number of people have come out and actually airing out their views, their experiences from the Gulf countries and all that. What exactly is happening? You as a manager of that particular agent, what do you guys do, right? How do you guys ensure? Because this is one story, one among many, which is a bit too much right now to handle at this point. How do you guys handle such cases as an agency?
Okay, to begin with, Fauzia, my sister, I'm so sorry for all that you had to go through. But for everyone else there who is watching, all those people who've gone through what Fauzia has gone through, I have one sentence for you. Travel through the right channel. When you travel through the right channel, whatever Fauzia went through, you'll never get a chance to see the same. Because one, before you travel, you have to inquire, where am I going to work? What is going to be my salary? You have to ask about your contract. You have to know in which way is the government involved to know that you're traveling, so that in case of anything, you have somewhere to go back to. Do not use these briefcase agencies. Like what Fauzia did, that is a briefcase agency. This person has no office.
So how do you know that the agency is accredited, the agency is correct or not? How do you know?
You have to question. You have to question. Apart from questioning, we have government offices, we have labor offices, we have the embassy. All these are places you can go, knock their doors, make an inquiry, and they will be very ready to answer you. I don't know why people are intimidated that they are not knocking on these doors, because the government is there to protect you and your interests.
Can you just be realistic enough? Imagine a lady who's coming from Kuala, because I've seen a number of ladies on the streets of Nairobi every morning.
Yes.
When I come to work, I see them walking in groups, right? Yeah. A lady from Kuala or a lady from Vihiga, because honestly speaking, that's what we see on the streets.
Yes.
A lady from Vihiga who is quite illiterate does not know the routes around the country or around town. Yeah. Right? So how does she get to know an accredited agency from the one that is not accredited, right? And she is desperate looking for work. She already has this idea of that I'm going to get greener pastures. So how did she get to know and find all these things?
Like you said, let us be realistic. Sure. I cannot just walk in here and tell you I want to go to Saudi, and the next day everything is ready. I find myself in a flight and I think I'm going to Saudi. At least as a person, ask yourself, Saudi is not your country. When I go there, how am I protected? How am I sure if I go there, I'll get paid? All these things have to come down to a contract. So when you go through an agency that is certified and registered, before you go, the person on the other side, the employer, has to send a contract on which he signs the salary he's going to pay you when you're there. When this contract comes on this side, it comes through Musanid. The agency is supposed to download that contract, make you the employee, sign, countersign where the other person signed. From there, this contract is certified by the Ministry of Labor through NER. After that, it is the very same contract that you submit to the embassy. So before you travel through the agency, you are registered through NER. We know your employer. We know his telephone numbers. We know where he works. We know how many people are in his family. We know what kind of building he lives in. Because nowadays, we do not allow to overwork our people. Like you tell me about a 2-story building, a family that has more than 6 people, then it means we are sending 2 girls to the same house and not 1, just to avoid them working for longer hours, like she said, working for 18 hours. Then again, the other advantage of traveling through a certified and registered agency is that after you travel, of course, complaints come here and there. Who do you run to? If you travel through an agent, it's very easy. You trace back the agent. Of course, the agency has a number. You call. You give your complaints. Now, this agency works with another agency in Saudi. Immediately, we direct your complaints to our office in Saudi Arabia. From there, they'll be able to send someone to the very house where you're working. If it is something that can be solved there and then, we do it. If it is something that cannot be solved, our agent from the other side will pick the complainant and take them back to the office, then see the terms. If it means we are changing you from that house to the other, that will be it. If it means you're coming back, still, remember before you travel, the government is aware that you traveled. So now we are going back to Ministry of Labor. Faisal signed this contract, it has failed. The employer has done this and this and this, and we cannot allow. Then you're brought back. It's that simple. But what is happening is that our people are not sensitized enough. We've come to believe that working in Saudi is a bad thing, or taking people to Saudi is a bad thing, that now we have agents and they are not showing what they are doing. Go to some countries like Uganda. The agencies have so many bodies that work with advertising their work. In fact, it has come to a place that they no longer need to go out and look for people. It is these people who want jobs that go and look for those agencies.
Okay. Just putting it, and not necessarily pointing out Saudi Arabia, but generally the Gulf countries, right? Yes. There are some people who are enjoying their work there in Saudi Arabia, correct?
Yes.
I'm sure you've met a couple of them, Fauzia.
Yes.
Right? You've met a couple of them. But now, my question to you, Botul, do you mean everyone who is suffering in the Gulf countries, not just Saudi, Bahrain, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, and the likes, do you want to say that everyone who is suffering might not have traveled with an agency?
No. No. We have other cases too. Okay. If I can add on that, apart from not traveling through the right channel, mindset. Like, some people are just excited about that traveling part, but they do not know the reality that is waiting for them over there. Like, I work for Alma. When I meet these girls, be it the drivers, be it other workers, first you need to tell them what to expect, what they are going to do. If it is a domestic worker, tell them you're going to wash utensils, you're going to wash clothes. Like, tell them the reality of what they are going to find over there.
Good. Thanks so much for preempting that. Before, over and above training, do you, over and above telling them, or rather managing the expectations, do you train them?
Yes.
Those people?
Yes, they attend a training of 1 month. Just to be told what to expect from there. And even in this training period, you can choose out the troublemakers. They cannot withstand the 1 training month when they're here in Kenya. So you can imagine how much trouble they can cause over there.
So what happens then?
You cancel the contract. If you see like this person is not ready to work, they could not withstand the 1 month here in Kenya that you're looking at them. Believe you me, this person cannot deliver the 2-year contract from the other side. Terminate it there and then. Interesting.
A lot of questions coming in for you, Madam Botul. Of course, going to get to that in a short while. Yasin Musinzi, Felix Owino, Junior Mwendo, Felix Owino as well. Coming in, streaming in, Sterling Munir Tribe as well, commenting. But we're going to get to that. Fauzia, so how did you get yourself back into the country after realizing, before that, for how long did you stay abroad in such situation, in that particular situation?
Around 1 year, 8 months, almost 2 years. Yeah.
And how did you get out of that situation? How did you get out of that house and finding yourself, or where did you go after realizing that I cannot, or rather you could not stand the situation in that particular house? So how did you manage yourself out, and where did you go to, and how did you find yourself back in the country?
Okay, I left the place because now I couldn't take it anymore. So I had to leave the place because they used to lock me in. I never used to go out. They used to lock me in. Only that day it happened, they left the house and I found one door open. Okay. Then I was like, I didn't believe it in the first place because I was opening the door, going outside, coming back and trying to see, is this door really open? Then I found it open, so I decided to go. Then after walking the streets, some police, because they, so much police do patrols in that country. So I just met them and required I need to go back to my country. So they asked me where I came from. I didn't show them that house. So I had to go to the police station where they took my fingerprints. After taking my fingerprints, they knew who my boss was. They called him. Then he came. The son-in-law came back and asked me, now Fauzia, you need to come back. I said no. He said, if you're going to say no, we are going to ask the police. We are going to write something to you. Sorry.
Sure.
I'm going to tell the police that you stole from us and you'll be jailed here for more years and you won't go back to your country. That's when I was crying in pain and asking this man, you haven't paid me since I came working to your house. Till today, you haven't paid me a single shilling. You always tell me that you're going to pay me after 2 years, after I'm finishing the contract. So now I'm tired. I just want to go home. Now you're telling me you're going to accuse me of stealing. So it was so much pain to me. So I cried a lot. Then the police say, you must go. I say, I won't go. Unless now you call someone to help me. Then we tried to call the embassy.
Where was that? At the police station or on the streets? Where exactly?
No, police station. Now I've been taken to the police station. Yeah. Then I stayed there for like a whole week at the police station. They are trying to negotiate if I'll go back until I said no. Then I was being taken to, they call it Tar Hill. It's a station where migrants, are being kept.
It's like a deportation
center. So I was kept there waiting. Then I was told now I should wait until my embassy comes. Someone from the embassy to come for me to explain my problem. But now also there was communication problem with these people. They want to speak Arabic. Now you're so much pain. You're so traumatized with the issues that have been happening. So you can't even speak that Arabic. You just want to be you.
That is after 1 year and 18 months.
Yeah.
But you've already picked up some Arabic words.
Yeah, so but now you can't even talk because you're in that pain. They just want to ask you so many questions. Then you're trying, you can't even understand each other. So I requested to see someone from the embassy. Then he came and he asked me my story. I shared my story. Then he said he's going to come back. He left. Then he stayed for
He left you there at the deportation center?
Yeah.
Someone from the embassy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't alone because when I went to that deportation, I found so many women there from different countries. So we were just there. So the other Kenyans were telling me, like, us, we have been here for 2 months, some 3 months, we haven't even gone home. I even found a lady that was there with a kid, a small kid from Mombasa. She had a heart disease and she was stuck there for like 3 months without being deported. So we stayed there until one day there was this cop that came and he was speaking English. Then he asked our story. He said, let me see what I'm going to do. That's when he followed up with the embassy. That's when the embassy did something and we are being deported back to our
That's
country.
after how long?
After 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah, I stayed there 3 weeks, yeah.
How did you survive there? Were you being provided place to sleep, something to eat? You're being provided for?
Only 1 meal a day. Then it's a big room. There is no blankets, but there are a few mattresses. So it's for all you to fit in.
At the government's cost?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Interesting. Botul, do you get such stories after taking your client through the whole rigorous process? Sorry, Fauzia, for that. Sorry for that experience. Paul Asana, we are glad you're here. We're glad you're here, Paul, for that experience. Botul, do you get such experiences? Do you get such stories from your clients after you've taken them through the rigorous process, talk of a signing of the contract, talk of the training, and after that, they're already there? Do you get such stories from them?
Such stories come in, but we do not reach the extent that Fauzia reached. Remember, Fauzia was like a freelancer.
Exactly.
You do not attach Fauzia to any particular office. But for anybody who traveled through an agency, even if you're to be deported or to come back to Kenya, you come back through our office from the other side. So you do not necessarily have to pass through the deportation center.
How frequent do you get such stories?
I'd say 5 out of almost 100.
So they still exist. Why do such things exist? And
okay,
how do you address it?
Sometimes it's the worker who's a little bit lazy. Some people are not baby friendly. Like you take them to a house that has infants to take care of. Maybe that person is not a mother, so she has no idea or she cannot. They fail to do that. Yes, they do training, but that rapport is natural. I cannot train you on how to bond with a baby.
But again,
I can only show you. Baby, right? I can only show you how to take care of the baby, but I cannot create that bond between the two of you. Yes.
Okay. I'll just want to share something that Botul has just said.
Sure.
That friendly, you know, in Kenya, our kids have respect. Where you find a 4-year-old kid cannot abuse you. But going there, you'll find that 4-year-old kid abusing you very badly. As the way you're being brought up from Kenya, going there, it's very difficult because if this kid can abuse her mom, and the mom won't say a thing. So you find a Kenyan tolerating that, it's very difficult.
But in addition to that, I can say it's this. It goes back to an individual. Because not all kids will disrespect you. Not all kids will not listen to you. It depends on what kind of person you are. But let us be true to ourselves. We have people who are working as domestic workers in Kenya. And they go through so much more than those people who traveled to Saudi.
Facts.
Yes.
Okay. So one thing is that you give the training based on the Gulf context.
Yes, we try. We try and relate.
Given the cultures and the socialization.
Exactly. Like for instance, in Saudi, I think almost 99.9% are Muslims.
True.
So some of these people who travel are not Muslims. You prepare them even psychologically. You tell them when you go there, you'll have to cover yourself. When you go there, you'll have to wear a hijab. So this is someone who's never worn a hijab in their lives. At first, they'll see it as a punishment. But the moment you make them understand that is a rule in the other country, then now you'll be reading from the same page. And actually, these are some of the things, or these are some of the problems that people face from the other side. Difference in culture.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Yasmin Musinzi asked, Botul, do you follow up on your clients after sending them there?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. That
And
is
how
why we
frequent?
have an office from the other side.
How frequent?
Yes?
How frequent do you follow up on them just to check on them and their status and how they're doing?
Like it's on random basis. At least someone will give you a call from the office because one, we make sure there is communication between you and your people. So you have to give us a phone number, and we also have a telephone number of your boss. So we can randomly call on you to check if you're doing well.
I'm trying to understand one thing. If the situation in this instance is so good, if the picture is so good as you're trying to paint to us, then why would a delegation from the Senate leave the country led by Nairobi Senator Johnson Sakaja, move round the Gulf, of course with a representative from the Ministry of Labor, just to check on the situation of these people abroad?
Let me tell you something, Faisal. Interestingly, what is bringing about all this commotion is what I call the briefcase agencies. These people have a lot of money to dish out. Someone will give you 200,000 just for one girl to travel. Who would refuse such an offer? But what you do not know, that the 200,000 that this Arab is giving you to take away that girl, he's paying you for human trafficking. That is one. Number two, that Arab will not be answerable to you. You have nothing signed on paper. You have no agreement. You have no witness, no nothing. So the moment that girl leaves Kenya, we cannot trace back that Arab.
Nice. So in other words, they're trying to say that the problem is not actually the countries in the Gulf, but the problem is us, the Kenyans.
Yes, yes. And I can boldly say it. The problem is us.
Okay.
Supposing we all went by what the government is saying,
Yes.
nobody should travel, nobody should travel without following the right protocols.
Yes.
Trust you me, it would be a very different story.
Briefcase agencies
But we
is the
do not
problem.
listen.
Yes.
If you have 5 girls, I'm telling you, Faisal, I have 1 M to give you.
Yes.
Na hii corona yote, what will you do?
Briefcase agencies is the
Yes,
problem.
briefcase agencies
just
is
your
the
small
problem.
remark before you go on a very short break because you need to get there done.
Okay.
Very few remarks
Yeah.
from you. You wanted to react on that, on what Botul said.
Yeah. Okay. For me, people like, we are not that bad, like as it's being said that we are like bad. No. Because after coming back, I decided I'm going to create awareness on that. And that's what I've been doing to women, majority women.
Please hold on that thought, because that was going to be one of my questions to you. I know what you're doing, and I want us to talk about that. But this and much more will come after the break. You know, I always tell people that on TV we get our salaries through advertisements. Na saizi mfuko in teta kidogo. It's actually 20th, yeah? It's 20th. Yes, 20th of August, and it's around that time where we should try and pamper our sponsors. They see the adverts are being played, and then they bring in more advertisements and to get salaries and money. So let's pay our bills, and then after that we'll come back and continue with this conversation. Remember, you can be part of this conversation on Facebook and on YouTube. We are streaming live. You see a number of responses here on Facebook and YouTube as well. So keep the comments coming in, keep the questions coming in, of course, and our SMS as well. Our WhatsApp number is 0798974747. That is our WhatsApp number. We can chat, man. Send us that text, and let's ask those questions just as you want them asked.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
قال تعالى في محكم تنزيله بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم
Ninasaha kutoka pwani.
هذا الدين قال الله قال الرسول قال الصحابة هم أولو العرفان انتهى.
Ili kuongoza kwenye njia iliyonyoka.
Sikizeni hadithi hii ya Mtume alayhi salatu wasalam.
Hakuna atakayeweza kumfungia mtu mlango ambaye Mwenyezi Mungu alimfungulia.
Kuimarisha imani yako.
ثبت قلوبنا على دينك وعلى طاعتك.
Ungana na mashekhi wetu kutoka pwani kwenye mimbar.
Mimbar zinamwakilisha Mtume sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Ni Jumamosi na wakati saa 3 usiku katika Horizon TV, runinga uipendayo.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Come on, man. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks so much for keeping it live. Real talk. Asante sana Hassan Idris for that countdown. That is my director tonight, of course, with my producer Suleiman Nechesa on the gallery. Asante sana Mohammed Samobura, our sound engineer tonight. Asante sana. Remember in the studio I'm having Fauzia and Botul Kassim Isa, who we are talking about the situation and the hustle abroad, hustling in the Gulf. And Botul just came up with some good, interesting revelations that the problem is not the Gulf and the people abroad. The problem is us, the briefcase organizations. But will you explain something about attestation?
Yes.
Thank
Just
you.
to add on that, let me tell you something. Nobody would want to waste an investment. I have an office, rent in town for a good office that meets the labor conditions is around 100,000. This lady goes for training, that is about 25,000 roughly. You do in jazz, I think around $20 or 25. This girl goes for medical, that is around 8,800.
Okay.
So the much I spend on this lady, trust you me, I wouldn't want to throw this lady in a position whereby she'll go there, then after 2 weeks she'll want to come back. Now this is what happens. As this lady declares she wants to travel, there's an agreement form this lady is supposed to sign. That I am of consent, I'm of age, I'm going to work in Saudi Arabia and I'll be working as a domestic worker. That is point number 1. After that, we take this girl for training. She is registered through NITA, which is a government body. After that, we take the list to National Employment Authority, meaning she is still registered with the government again.
Okay.
After that, we submit the documents to the Embassy of Saudi Arabia in Kenya, which means she is again registered. After that, we do what we call attestation. We take it to the labor offices in community, and the labor officer signs and agrees that this is a migrant worker, she's going to work in Saudi, and she is fully protected by the government. So by the time this lady is leaving JKIA to go and work in Saudi Arabia, I have fully engaged the government. The government has the details of this girl. They know where she is going to work. They know how much she is going to earn.
Okay.
So in case anything happens to this lady over there, I can still go back to the government for help. It's a matter of reviewing the documents. On this and this date, you attested this girl travel. She has this and this problem that I have failed to solve from the other side. I feel like she should come back. Now it is the government that will step in for you. I don't know if you've understood the process.
So that's the process.
Yes. So the longer the process, the better for you, the more true it will be. But when you work with these shortcut or the briefcase agencies,
yes,
in less than a week, the girl will be traveled. We will buy the school certificate. We will buy the medical. We will do everything in the most...
Okay, let me just hold on that thought, because I'm told there is a call, someone on the line who has already joined in. Horizon TV, hello? Horizon TV, hello? Hello, Horizon TV. Suleiman, I think we've lost that. Hello, Horizon?
Salaam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Kindly naomba tujulishe jina, nani unapiga kutoka wapi?
Hello, salaam alaikum Faisal.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Karibu sana kwenye kipindi. Would love to know your name and where you're calling us from, tafadhali.
Naitwa Abdulrahman Mohamed kutoka Kisumu.
Athman Mohamed kutoka Kisumu. Karibu sana kwenye kipindi.
No, Abdulrahman.
Abdulrahman, naam, karibu.
Yeah, nafuatilia kipindi yenu sana na namsikiza Botul na namsikiza Fauzia pia pale. Kwanza swali langu ya kwanza inaenda kwa Botul. Wajua Botul anasema wamekuwa wakiitia watu wana shida huko, their officers wanafuatilia hii kesi. Mimi nimekuwa Saudi Arabia for the last 13 years. Na nimerudi last year Kenya. Na nimekuwa mimi ni one of the volunteers wa kusaidia wa Kenya kule wakati wanaposhida. The Kenya Embassy in Saudi Arabia, wakati msichana ana shida, the Kenya Embassy in Saudi Arabia haiwasaidii. Hiyo embassy inaongozwa na Ambassador Peter Ogego, being deputized by Waweru. Leba atachi anaitwa Juma Twanga.
Juma Tanga.
In fact, huyo anaitwa Juma Twanga pale, sisi ndio tulikaa na komiti ya parliament. Walikuja Saudi Arabia kama 4 years back. Na tuka request that wasichana wanateseka hapa na tunataka leba atachi. Wakuja wasaidie watu. That embassy, wasichana wakienda huko wanapata shida, wanaongeleshwa vibaya sana. I have experience ya Saudi Arabia. Last year Batwan walipoleta ile rules zao ya kwamba lazima kukuwe na ofisi mbili, moja Kenya, moja Saudi Arabia. Msichana akitoka Kenya ataenda through ofisi Saudi Arabia na kuwe deployed to the office. Wasichana pale wakifika, ni kwanza kitu ya kwanza embassy haijui idadi ya Wakenya ambao wako huko. Mimi nashangaa juzi kama CS wa Leba anasema juzi kuna wafanyikazi 97,000 huko. Wakenya wako wengi huko sana. Embassy haina idadi ya watu. Sisi tulipoingia Saudi Arabia hawakuwa hivyo tukangatia hapo Fauzia huyu atafikia. Hawajui idadi, wanadanganya watu. Watu wakipata shida wanaenda huko wanasumbua watu. They are very rude. Very, very rude. In fact, sisi ndio tulikuwa tunasaidia Wakenya. Mimi nikiwa mstari wa kwanza Faisal. And Matthew nikwambia leo, reason why I came back home, I was helping a lady who was distress call. Ambaye nilichukua nikampeleka embassy. The embassy ambaye inafaa kuniguard, they turned against me. Don't you know that they arrested me? And I was put in deportation for 3 months. Because of that embassy. Mimi kwanza nataka nichoe tu ombi moja kwa CDS. Waitishe ambassador, waricall ambassador rudi nyumbani. Wasichana wanakufa Saudi Arabia, hakuna mtu anawajali. Sisi kwa sisi ambao tuko pale wasichana wametoroka ndio wanawasaidia watu kurudisha mwili nyuma. Saudi Arabia tukatai, kuna mazuri na kuna baya, kuna madoshi wazuri, kuna wadoshi wabaya. Unapofafisha msichana atatoroka, number 1. Number 2, wasichana wetu pia wameingiwa na tamaa. Wanaona kwamba bana nje kuna pesa mingi, wacha watoroke. Ndio wapate huko kwa boss analipa 800. Akienda nje kama Kemboya atalipa 2000. Hapo ndo pia kwenye shida inaanza. Wasichana wetu huko Saudi Arabia pia wameingilia ukahaba. Lazima ukweli tu tuseme. Ambayo sisi tulipoenda Saudi Arabia 2009 ulipokutana na Mwarabu anakuuliza Inter Minuel ana jinsia Kenya, anakwambia Kenya mashallah, mia. Tulikuwa tumeheshimiwa, tulikuwa tunafanya kazi kwa sababu kuchapa kazi yetu. Lakini baadaye after 2 to 3 years Kenya iliharibika. Ukishikwa na polisi wanakuuliza ni jinsia gani, unasema wewe ni Kenya, wanakuambia Kenya shida yao ni mbili. Takaran, usoromuta. Hiyo ndio ile kalituharibia sifa zetu. So sisi tunaomba the embassy in Saudi Arabia isaidie wa Kenya wao. Embassy isaidie. Na mimi in fact hata I'm looking forward to come and share my views kwa live television, watu wote wasikie what happened. Saidi we have one champion anaitwa Mwanameri hapo deportation center. Alishikwa tu kwa sababu ya kusaidia watu. Wow. Mwanameri alikuwa anasaidia watu Kenya ukiwa mgonjwa, baadaye ukamprego ukiwa mgonjwa kama una kitambulisho hautasaidiwa. Kitu cha pale kwa kusaidia watu mpaka wanatibika. Kama your own embassy, your own government inaweza kukushika kwa nchi ya wenyewe. Hiyo kuna usaidizi kweli?
Wow.
Na waombe kitu kimoja. Wale ambao wanafuatilia watu wao pale tunawapa pongezi. Lakini kuna wale ambao wale wakishapata hiyo pesa $1,100 per hand hawakumbuki wafanyikazi wao. Wafanyikazi wanateseka. Unapelekwa bana kisani pamoja. Na hiyo boda unapelekwa huko, imagine unawachwa. Boss hata ajali anakutesa, unakamua ngamia, unafanya kazi hii. Ukipinda simu tu embassy yako inakwambia fanya vile wenzako wanafanya, utoke uone vile utazisaidia. So Botul, nadhani kuna issue moja umesema ati ya kwamba mliweka watu wengi wako wanapata off. Kwa kuna kitu kinaitwa off.
Exactly.
Wanafanya kazi Monday to Monday.
Very true.
Ile chanya kupumzika kuna ukicomplain ndo pengine wakurudishe kwa ofisi. I have experience, I've been there.
Thank you.
Wasichana huko leo wakiuliza huko Honorable Sheikh Abdurrahman watakwambia ni nani.
Wow. Thank you. Shukran sana, Abdurrahman, for your contribution. In the interest of time, I don't think I'll be picking up more calls. Actually, we have a lot to talk with a very short span. That was the only call, Abdurrahman, according to my producer, Suleiman Nechesa. He insisted so much on the line, that's why he had to be allowed through. For the rest of you, please kindly just be part of our conversation through our social media and, of course, text us on WhatsApp so that we can continue conversing and sharing your views. A number of texts coming in. But you have to react to what Abdurrahman said. He said that, one, there is no off, as you're claiming there, even as per the contract.
Yeah, it's what I want to address. I actually didn't mention that we are giving them off. What I said, reasonable working hours. Like Fauzia said, 18 hours for one person.
Yes.
So reasonable working hours. When it's a bigger family and it's a bigger house, we send 2 or 3 according to your demand. Instead of the old ways whereby it used to be only one person.
With off?
Yes.
Off?
No, no offs, but at least reasonable working hours.
So 2 years without an off?
No, sometimes these people are taken for shopping. Let me tell you something. In Saudi Arabia, you're not allowed to roam in the streets.
It doesn't matter, but at least you get time to pumzika,
that
to relax.
yeah, you get time to pumzika in your own house after umemaliza kazi yako.
Yes. Like Monday to Monday?
Yes.
Come on.
It could be Monday to Monday. Monday to Monday.
Off? Come on.
That day off, utaenda wapi, and they are not allowed to roam in the streets. Utaenda wapi for that one day?
At home.
Faisal, some of these people, some of these bosses go to work every morning just like me and you. Ni wewe peke yako na nyumba. It's wewe ujipange na kazi yako, utafanya saa ngapi na utarest saa ngapi. It happens. Like, I don't know if you can play this clip. As I was on my way coming, one of the ladies I sent there last month just sent me a clip. Anaendeshwa na mdosi wake amekaa back left. They're from shopping. Very happy, like she's very okay.
Nice.
In fact, she was even willing if we wanted somebody to come and testify that kuna watu wanafanya kazi vizuri. She was very willing. I have a lot of people who are willing to come and share their experiences with you.
And that's what I want us to talk about as well as we are wrapping up this
conversation. In fact, I have someone among the very first lot to travel through my hands.
Yes.
I think it was 10 years back. She is still working in the same house up to date.
Is she available at the moment right now?
No, right now she's not in Kenya. But if you want me
From
to
abroad,
bring you,
can we call, can we reach out to her?
I don't know if we can reach it out right now. I think it's a little bit late. But if you want, we can organize. I can
If you
get
can
you
send
very
me
many
the
ladies
number
who
right
work
now,
the
I
other
can
side.
give it to my producer and then you see if you can reach out to her right now. Anyone who can give us the other side of the coin.
Let me give you a lady who's worked in Saudi for 6 years. She's around.
Just send me the number. Suleiman,
Okay, let
take
me
this
send you
number.
the number.
Suleiman, take this number right now, and then let's try and reach out to her.
Just
and,
tell them you've been given
because
the
it's
number.
important to be objective, guys,
Just tell them
right?
you've been
It's
given the
important
number by Botul.
Yes.
Then she'll be able to talk to you.
So it's important that we talk and listen to both sides of the coin, because I believe there are many versions of the truth,
like
right?
in responding to
But,
what Abdurrahman said, there's a part that he said, some people go there, they run away from the initial houses where they were located to work, then they prefer to work from house to house. The advantage with that is that it's very juicy. You'll get a lot of money that you will not make working in the same house. But again, there is a disadvantage to that. Anytime the police get you in the streets,
Yes,
you're going to be taken to the deportation center. And believe you me, the millions you're making, you will not come back with that money to Kenya. I have an example. In less than a week, I have a lady who came back. She ran away from the house where she was allocated. She only worked there for 2 weeks, then got a friend who has a WhatsApp group apparently. They misadvised her, wewe unafanya kazi kwa nyumba, you won't earn like we are doing. To live well, toroka kwa hiyo nyumba, then I'll show you what to do. And it's exactly what that lady did. After collecting all the money she was collected, one day as she was coming from one of the houses, the police arrested her, taken to the deportation center. Hajui pesa ilienda wapi. So she came back to Kenya, frustrated, without any money, having wasted your time and having wasted your job. What a loss.
Send us the number. Let's have a talk. Let's talk to them. Fauzia, you were nodding when Abdurrahman was speaking, and of course a number of people here, of course, reacting and say Abdurrahman is saying nothing but the truth.
It's true.
Fauzia, you're saying something.
Yeah, as Abdurrahman said, you know, like things on the ground are very much different. I think on another perspective, what you hear, but if I'll give on a percentage, I'll give like 97% of our women or our girls who are in Saudi Arabia are not safe. Or in the Middle East, most of them, they are not very much safe, as we say.
Bringing in objectivity into this matter again, and bringing in as many voices as possible on this matter again, once again, because I always want to be truthful, you know, and let's just be honest, you know. So one of the comments that, of course, has caused an uproar on social media as well recently is when one popular person went out and said that why is it that it's only girls who are complaining in Saudi Arabia and other Gulf countries? Why is it that it's only ladies? Why not the men?
Okay,
right? And his assumption was the girls are misbehaving.
Yeah.
Yes, we also do have cases of girls misbehaving.
Yes. Girls are misbehaving.
You want to mess with your boss, definitely
exactly.
it will not go down well with the wife.
Some of them want to mess with the bosses, others are messing on the streets.
Okay.
They are misbehaving.
Yeah.
Abdurrahman mentioned.
Yeah.
Said 2 years after being in the Gulf countries, first 2 years they were good. Before 2011, if I had him correctly.
Yes.
Before 2011 they were good. At them in Kenya, mashallah, whatever, you're good, you know, and all that stuff. But after that, it was a problem, right? 2 things, they said. One is drunk.
Yes.
And the other one is?
Prostitution.
Exactly.
Yes.
So is it a situation? Is that true, Fauzia?
Yeah, it's true.
So you're actually blaming people for mistreating the girls, but it's actually the girls who are going there to do something that they were not meant to do. They were not sent for.
Yes,
so it's a problem.
And you know, in Saudi Arabia, prostitution is illegal, mind
it's illegal.
You. So when you're caught, definitely you have to face the law. So as this person is taken to face the law, they'll go to social media ranting. But they won't tell you what they did.
So they're giving us one side of the story.
Some people do give one side of the
story. So
Some
is that the case? Even from the people
story.
that you're trying to save and help, they're only giving you one side of the story?
Yeah, because when I came back, that's when I realized I need to check what's the issues of our most women. Why are they traveling out? And I came to found there are so many GBV cases, and most of our women here in Kenya are running out from their marriages. So someone feels this is an escape plan for me. You understand? I'll go there. I'll just be me. and work over there because now my marriage is not working, and my husband, maybe he's being drunk, he's doing this, because most of the people we found before first people start going to Bungoma and wherever.
Yes.
Most Kikuyu,
Which
were
was
the ladies.
exactly my point, if I can add on to what Fauzia is saying. So you're going away from Kenya into Saudi Arabia, not with a mindset of working or earning. You're running away from your marriage. You're running away from your marriage.
You're running, it's a two-way thing.
I think in the interest of time, ladies,
Okay.
one thing we need to agree is that we
Okay.
need to agree that there are both sides of the coin.
Very
Yes.
true.
And there are many sides of this story.
Yes.
Because there's this story, Sapna Rahma Umu says, abroad, maisha Saudi si rahisi. Saa ya kupeleka mtu wanabembeleza.
Sana.
Lakini
Briefcase.
fika huko ndio utajua maragwe ni mboga.
Briefcase.
Sana.
3 years in Saudi Arabia, mpaka leo sijawahi tamani kurudi.
They'll even give you money.
Guess
Faisal.
what?
Yeah,
You're
okay.
going to
The following
travel.
comment on that, if
Yeah.
you allow me, the following comment is Umuzora, Saudi sio mbaya, inategemea sponsor, umepata.
Very
Wewe
true.
mwenyewe pia uwe mnyenyekevu. Wa Kenya ni vichwa ngumu. Na huwezi shinda mtu kwa nyumba yake.
Yeah.
12 years in Saudi, still strong.
It's what I was
Alhamdulillah.
telling you. It's what I was telling you, Faisal. These people have a lot of money to offer. Remember, they are not going through the legal procedures, so they have nothing to pay for. What they have is bribe. You're the one traveling, you're the one looking for a job, but someone will even give you 50K in advance. Wache watu wako wa nyumbani. So these are the offers that are luring our girls into
You
human trafficking.
being one of the agencies and a manager in that one of those agents, I mean,
Yes.
instead of sitting here on television, what have you done? Have you approached the government and addressed this issue? on some of these briefcase
We
agencies?
have organizations
Because
doing
honestly
that.
speaking,
We
this-
have Kapea, we have ASMAC. This is what they are trying to do.
And for how long now? For
We
how
are
long will you
doing
still
it.
be speaking
At
about
least
this?
now, if I have the guts to come out and explain this to you, someone has just told you 12 years and still doing it right.
Exactly. So
It
what
means
about
we
these
are
briefcase
heading
agencies?
somewhere.
For how long will you continue
So
suffering?
as for this,
And
I would
these
love
girls
to
continue
tell
suffering
Kenyans,
because of this?
come to the registered agency.
How will they know?
Come to Alma Red. I'll give you my number. Look
No,
for me.
stop it there.
Let
You haven't
me
paid
help
for
you.
marketing.
Let me help you
You
out.
didn't pay for marketing. Yeah? You
Stop
didn't pay for
with the
marketing. So
briefcases.
why are you
Someone comes
marketing
to you,
yourself here?
uliza ofisi ni gani. Someone comes to you, check out the license. After that, take the trouble,
Yes.
walk into any labor office, ulizia maswali. The labor officers are there to serve you. The government is there to work with you.
Thank you.
Make inquiries.
Fauzia, there are ladies who are misbehaving in the Gulf, and you guys know very well that it's illegal to take part in some of those acts.
Yes.
And you still help them, either way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, sure.
Why don't you just let them face the consequences of their actions?
Because at the end of the day, you know, being a survivor, it's something that is very heavy on a person first. They're having the challenges, whatever they're doing, but remember, home is still home, no matter what, the consequences you have done. And there
But
is
did
maybe
they
someone...
know engaging in such acts is...
Exactly, because their mindset, like Botul said here, it has the mindset. I'm going there to look, like I've just had one of the comments that you read, someone asked, if you don't have a good sponsor, then you have to look for a good sponsor, so to sustain your life. So maybe her mindset going out of Kenya was to go there and get a sponsor, get this sponsor man from there and live her life.
I think she meant an agent. I tend to
Do you
assume
even
so.
know at the deportation center, you can find a Kenyan lady who has 3 kids?
Yeah.
From Saudi
Yes.
or the Gulf? And
Yeah.
exactly. So it's pretty evident, and both of you are agreeing that some of these ladies misbehave there.
Very
Very
That
true.
is why we are having a lot of ladies complaining,
Yeah.
and not the men, right?
Yes.
So ladies misbehave.
But we have
No,
ladies
we
who have
have
genuine
men-
cases.
Genuine
We have
cases.
ladies with genuine cases
Yes.
that can be solved and have been solved.
Thank you.
And we also have those who misbehave.
I want us to look at the solutions.
Okay.
Fauzia, you're already doing something.
Yeah.
Helping people,
Yeah.
repatriating them
Yeah.
to come back.
Yeah.
Do they have to pay any money for that?
No.
So you're doing it 100%.
Yeah.
What's the procedure?
First, we have to listen to the case first. Then we should look to it as much, because we have a network where you work with other organizations, because you can't do it all alone. Then talking to you after listening to your story, like most of them, you'll just find them, they are in the agency office. Like Botul said, they have new agencies, because we came to realize like there is a new trick now that is working out. Now people are not even like Botul said they should look for their office. Most of them, they're taking these opportunities to the chiefs. You find that people are going like to Tana River, to Bungoma. Now they are not going like agents. They are going to the chiefs and tell the chiefs like this is a real job from the government. It's not a briefcase job. So we need girls.
Okay.
Now the chiefs puts a poster on it and request girl to apply for it because
we have some people who are watching from abroad, Fauzia,
Yeah,
and I just want to be, I'd really love you to be precise on this. What is the procedure for someone to get help from your institution or organization?
Okay.
What is the procedure?
For us is to call. We need to know your story first. Then we'll document your case as people document. Then after documentation, the case, we'll just follow up the case with the Ministry of Labor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do they call?
Where do they call?
Yes.
Most of them, they just find me on Facebook.
Facebook under the name?
And, sorry?
Under which name?
Fauzia Wanjiru.
Fauzia Wanjiru, okay.
Yes. And maybe some are being referred to me. Mostly are being referred to me because we had never met in person. They're being referred to me. Okay. And you can also find on WhatsApp group, which I have so many groups, people referring such cases to me so that I can try and help. Of which those we try and help when you come back. But now we are planning to work on vocational training on them. When they come back, we need to get them counseling support, because most of them, they come back so traumatized, believing that when I come back, I'm going to get this. At the end of the day, the money you have been sending, life in Kenya is so hard. So you'll just find your family already used all the money, so you have nothing.
So they reach out, you document, you follow up on their cases through the government, right? Botul, Alma Red Agency, someone is already there, found herself or himself in a bad situation, right? Can you get them a job while they are there? Can you do change of jobs while they're there?
Yes, we can.
At what cost?
We have an office, at no cost, of course. We have an office from the other side. When you raise a complaint, we follow up. We send a representative. We even have a translator because language barrier is one of the most problems that people face from the other side.
So you don't train them on language?
We do a little bit of training on the basics. But now when the worst comes to worst, we do have a translator and we do have an office from the other side. So we send a representative to the house where you're working. If it is something that can be solved, we do it. If it is something that cannot be resolved
in a
between
house
you
or
and
company
your boss,
for that matter.
Yes. If it cannot be solved, then you have an option to either switch to another boss if you still want to work as per the contract that you signed. Or if it is impossible, then you can always come back.
That is someone who traveled through you?
Yes.
For someone who did not travel through you?
Now, someone who did not travel through me, I can only refer them to the government. There is nothing much I can do. My hands are tied.
But you have an agency there, so...
What I can tell Kenyans, yes, I have an agency, but my contract does not extend to you.
Exactly, it does not extend. But again, you have an agency, so you can easily get a contract because either way, you guys are offering jobs, right?
No, we do not make these contracts online, Faisal. You have to come to our office, like literally, and sign the contract.
But you have an office in Saudi.
We cannot do that through Saudi alone. We need to do it through Saudi and both Kenya.
Because I'm assuming, I'm already, hypothetically speaking, I'm already in Qatar or Dubai or Saudi.
So long as you did not travel through Alma Red Agency.
So I have to come back to the country?
Definitely. I cannot take responsibility for you. I will only take responsibility if you travel through Alma Red Agency. Hypothetically
speaking, Fauzia's case, if she found out about Alma Red Agency while she is at the deportation center, can you offer her a job? Still within the country?
When she's there?
Yes.
No, it's tricky. Their laws do not allow. And I cannot stretch my hands beyond their law. Their law does not allow.
So they have to come back?
Yes, they have to come back. If they had a contract, terminate that one first. Then we start the process afresh.
But fair enough, we need to agree and be cognizant that there are no jobs in the country. And Saudi, if anything, they have provided a lot of job opportunities.
So the only solution is for us to travel through the right channel. And by the way, my sisters who travel abroad, kindly make inquiries. Take your time. Ulizia, don't just go. Inquire.
If you allow me to read some of these comments, and it's a bit overwhelming, so I'm just going to try and rush through very fast, and then based on these comments, I'm going to give you ladies a chance to give your parting shots, in relation to either these comments or something extra. I'm sorry we had to block our lines. A lot of calls have been coming in since we started the show, Pole Sana, but your messages that came through WhatsApp, I'm going to try as much as possible to read them to our guest. Habiba Majid says, but again, following on your client after arriving in Saudi is not easy because most families, they don't allow their shagalas to have phones unless if you land in a family which will allow you to have one. Richard Kamau says, mimi ni Mariam, niko Saudi Arabia na huku ni Allah tu Allah. JBJH says Saudi ni mbaya kweli. Inalingana na boss. Saudi sio mbaya kweli, inalingana na boss. Kitu ingine ni hawa agent wetu kupata shida, ukipata shida umpigie, imagine anakukatia simu ama anakuvumilia na saa hiyo labda unachapwa na unanyimwa food. In Saudi, no off, manze. Nothing like reasonable working hours. All this will depend on what kind of family you land into. Another comment says, Botul, you're on point. Great conversations. That is Gina Mwenda, Felix Ovino, Yasmin Musinzi. Thank you so much. Habibu Majid, JBJH. A lot of comments coming in. Aziz says, Assalamu alaikum, brother. Good stuff. Alaikum salam. Hello, I'm Bella from Kitale. I have been to Saudi for 3 years and going back next month. Hustle is real, man.
Yes.
Na Kenya hakuna kazi. Most wanasafa ni kiomboy. But ukivumilia kwa your boss na unyenyekea, in fact, house you are buy. In fact, Kenyans, sometimes we are bad. That is Bella.
True. Very
Assalamu alaikum. My question is, Botul, do you think Kenyan embassy in Saudi do help people? Abdurrahman. Kuna Wakenya wengi sana huko Saudi wanateseka. Ni vile bado sijapata platform ya kushare my story with the relevant body. Nimefanya huko 13 years and I was one of the Kenyan given help from huko. Hello Faisal, this lady was a victim of human trafficking. She didn't follow the correct procedure of externalization. I think she should seek help from NEA and registered companies. Assalamu alaikum, is Dr. Jamal Bahati from Feather area. I am enjoying the topic. I'll support my fellow sister Kassim, the manager Alma Red Agency. Good friends and sisters in the Gulf, I'll say what she's saying is very true. If Kenyans can follow the long way to reach abroad, countries also try to learn culture and Arabic. They would be reduced cases of, but problem is corruption and greedy of some agents. Girls are sold like assets and later abused, which is also sad. Has led to a lot of people going to the Gulf due to simple means, and other countries in Europe become difficult due to a lot of policies and procedures. So I'll say before stepping at the airport, have the right papers, means, and know where you're going. Assalamu alaikum, Horizon, watching from Kisumu. My question is, why do women go for free to the Gulf countries while men aren't given the same opportunities unless we pay huge sums of commissions? Hakuna off kwa wasichana wenye wanafanya kazi kwa Gulf, you work Monday to Monday. Assalamu alaikum, kwa nini wanawake wenye kufanya kazi huko nyumbani wanaambiwa wasifunge milango wakilala? My sister has worked in Saudi for 25 years and still strong, alhamdulillah. So Saudi depends na maboss unaangukia. Kenya hamna kazi. All these are comments, of course, and more keep on streaming in. I'm going to read the last one. Annalyn Kamau says, from Nairobi, I have worked in the Gulf, and I can say if you follow the right procedure, you will survive. I did, now I'm owning my company.
Exactly my point. Follow the right procedure. It's as simple as that.
Let's have your parting shots, ladies. Starting with you, Fauzia. Let's have your parting shots. You can summarize based on what you've read from our comment section. Let's get your parting shot, and then you come to Botul. Fauzia, what will be your last words tonight? Yeah,
my last word is for my sisters who are there in Saudi and they really need help, because there are some who really need help. Kindly reach on the people who can help you and be able to come back to Kenya, because most wish to come back. Just go to the right channel, then you'll be able to be back with your family, because most are coming in caskets. So let's be very safe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you. Botul.
One sentence. Follow the right procedure. Be inquisitive. Before mtu akwambie panda ndege, you're going here, inquire, get to know. Like for example, at Alma, this is what we do. Before you travel, there's an agreement form you sign. There's a form for the next of kin. Anything happens to Faisal while he's there, what will Alma do? I have to take documentation of your next of kin.
Okay.
so that in case of anything, I can know whom to refer to. Also, then from the other side, they'll know where to come. Apart from that, give your family people a copy of your contract. This is what I'm going to do. This is what is supposed to happen. Should you reach there and the terms are not the same, you can always complain. Let them take that contract to the Ministry of Labor. Like, let us take the longer route, which is the truest route, which is the safest route. And Kenyans, fellow Kenyans, together we can do away with these briefcase agencies that are causing suffering to our sisters. Do not be bribed to sell a sister.
Yeah,
Do not be
human
bribed
trafficking.
to do human trafficking. Let them follow procedure.
Wow. Wow. Sterling Munir Tribe says, my super presenter Niko Hapa, salute, my favorite football blogger, Mohammed Samobura. I need to invite this guy, man. His blogging skills is on another level. Yasin Yaska, please, I'm calling from South Africa. My name is Ahmed Yasin. Sorry, bro, we could not open the calls. I can't buy that argument that our girls are the ones misbehaving. The claim is false. What about the husbands who lust after them?
Yeah.
And if they are misbehaving, why should you be mistreated? Hi, Horizon. My name is Santa. I want to travel to Dubai, please. Good topic. It's a good topic.
Listen,
It's a two topic as yes, Kenyans get abused, but also Kenyans misbehave and don't go their real good channels. That is business. Is full of bribery and corruption.
Yeah, to all those watching.
Yes.
Sorry?
To all those watching and they want to travel, please come to Alma. Let us work together.
No, come on, Botul. You didn't pay for advertisement on Horizon. Why advertising Alma? No. You need to pay for that. You need to pay for that.
Then when they have a problem, let them approach me.
You need to pay for that. You need to pay for that. So Botul, until she pays for advertisement here at Horizon TV, then I'm going to advertise Alma
No,
agency.
I'm just being true. Because that is where you'll find me.
Hi, Sister. Thank you so much, ladies, for making time. I mean, it's been a very good topic, a very good conversation tonight. And of course, for all of you our viewers back at home, Live Real Talk is restructuring, and this is the direction we're taking. We are taking topics that are more connecting to you, our viewers back at home, social topics that are connecting to you, our viewers back at home. Of course, this was after a rigorous production meeting with my team. And thank you so much for your responses and your watching. My goodness, it's overwhelming. My name is Faisal Kassim, and I cannot thank you enough. Mohammed Samobura, Mohammed Gitonga, Ibrahim Mohammed, Hassan Idris, Suleiman Neches of Tumbo, Super Director, and the whole production team in general. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much, ladies. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much to our viewers. See you next week, man. And let's continue having this conversation. My name is Faisal Kassim, and this has been the Live Real Talk. Assalamu alaikum.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.